I lost all power. We're on the side of the freeway. Steering locked. I can't move. I can't steer when the car's off. It doesn't work. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. My truck is doing a lot better. So let me give you guys some fun updates on stuff I've been doing to it. So first off, and the problem I had before with this falling, I found a nice screw here, and it screws in. I didn't even need a nut or anything, and it's held actually pretty straight. And the cooling system is working, because now let me bring you inside. There she goes. All right, we got gauges. So we got oil pressure, we got water temperature, and we got volts. Volts does not work yet. We just haven't installed it, but it was some work. One thing I do like about putting in my own gauges is I know where I run all the wiring and through what. And so our wire is right here. We ran it all the way through the cab. And so I like knowing like where everything is and where all my cords run. But yeah, so we got the gauges installed. I still need to get volts done. And then I also changed the PVC valve or PCV, something like that. So I changed that. It was smoking. I haven't seen any more smoke since I've replaced it. So that actually looks pretty good. We are sucking in cooling, but I mean, we got some condensation and a tiny bit of a leak down there. Tiny bit. I just need to tighten this clamp a little bit more. But everything's looking actually very good. I added some brake fluid in the back because the back was low. And I went through and checked all my brakes and everything with Ray. So thank you, Ray, appreciate it. But this thing is coming underway. I eventually want to put a 4-barrel carb on it, but it is running very well. I noticed I am leaking more oil than I used to be. I don't know if you guys could see it very well, but there's quite a bit of oil in the pan, more than there usually is. And then I WD-40'd this, and I WD-40'd the bed. So lots of work done recently. Everything's starting to look much better. This comes down a little bit better. A little bit better, still a little clanky and squeaky, but it's doing very well. I've done quite a bit of driving. So I do have a rear tank I'm using right now, and my rear tank, I don't know how many gallons it is. I've been trying to figure it out. I see a lot of different answers on the internet, but I'm trying to run the rear tank out and then I'm gonna refill it. I have some of this stuff. So you basically put it in your gas tank and it goes in there and it cleans it and improves fuel economy allegedly, even though this thing probably only gets like 10 miles to the gallon maybe. But it is going very well. Engine's feeling pretty good. Nothing that I need to replace yet. Everything's looking pretty good. But I am excited. I'm just happy it's working again, and I can actually drive it now, and I feel more comfortable driving it. So the gauges help a ton, because Ray helped me install all the gauges. I need to open up this door panel right here, go in and tighten that so it's not as hard to open. But one thing with the gauges, so oil pressure, I ride for about 15 to 20 minutes and it starts to get pretty low, but obviously I'm leaking oil, so I'm not going to have amazing oil pressure, but it does get kind of low. But when I first started up, it's feeling happy at like, when I'm shifting gears and everything, it's up there at like 35, a little bit above that sometimes, but then it can drop as low as 15 and even a little bit lower than that. And then my water temperature, I have a huge radiator in this thing. 210, he said, is my red line. If I hit 210, I have a problem. But I can hold right around 170, 180, right in there. Sometimes down to 160 if it's a nice day outside. So water temperature is on my side. Now I know. Dome light came on. See, I opened the door and it takes like a minute or two to turn on, but it eventually turns on. So yeah, I need to take these door panels off. I need to go in there and tighten some stuff, and This doesn't have one of the little push down things like that side does over there. You could see it, kind of. This thingy. This thing, I need to add that on that side. But everything's actually been pretty well. But the truck is pretty nice, so I've just been running on front tank for a while. So that's front, that's back. But I've just been running on front. I'm waiting for it to run out. Add that fuel cleaner in, fill it back up, run rear tank out, fill rear tank up with that stuff, and then fill it back up with gas. So it's just a waiting game. The truck's feeling really good. I think we're gonna go watch the Barbie movie soon. So this car does get very hot, especially when it's 117 degrees outside. It's not a very fun car to drive, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm working on getting my plate right now. They sent me a normal plate and I wanted the vintage plate. So I did reorder a vintage plate because I think it looks really good on this truck. But everything's going really well. So one of the weird things I found is this is tinted, I think. But I can't find, or maybe it comes tinted. That's my thing, is I can imagine that you can't see out of that at night because this is tinted behind me. Oop, this is tinted behind me. And then rear view mirror is tinted, so it's like, I don't know, a little weird. I need to do some more bike rides soon. We're headed over to the Barbie movie, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on the Barbie movie and how I liked it. So let's get going. Gauges are working. They look good in this car too. Like, I think they look pretty good aesthetic wise. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, let's get on the road. Letting her warm up. All right, on my way to the Barbie movie, I was on the freeway doing 65. I lost all power. We're on the side of the freeway. Steering locked. I can't move. I can't steer when the car's off. It doesn't work. I was on front tank. I went to rear tank because I assumed I ran out of juice in the front tank, which is fine. I switched it to rear. I tried to start it, and she doesn't want to fire. All right, here we go. It's got nothing. Our temp is showing 200. It's a hot day here in Arizona. Thank you, Father, for picking me up.
You're welcome, bud.
She's all broken down.
That's alright, it happens.
We'll figure it out. It's in a very bad spot, though.
It is in a horrible spot. So you lost all power steering?
So power steering, when the car's off, doesn't work. So, all right, it is currently 118 degrees outside, as the Tesla reads. So we're gonna leave it for a minute. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit, and then we're gonna come back after the Barbie movie and try to start it. We're gonna get some starter fluid sprayed in the carburetor. That sucks though. It sucks having to leave your car on the side of the freeway. It broke down in like the worst possible spot. Like if it would have broken down a minute earlier, it would have been much better. But things happen. We'll figure it out. So yeah,
Everybody's safe.
Everybody's safe.
That's the important thing.
Yes. I might just give this movie a bad rating.
Take it out on the movie.
No, I'm taking it out. It's the movie's fault. Okay, so we ran back home after the Barbie movie. We got the truck. We're now in the truck. We're headed there. The Barbie movie was okay. It was one of the weirder movies I've ever seen, but we're done and over with that. So now we got to go fix car problems. So we got this fuel cleaner I've been meaning to put in, and we got a gas tank. So we're thinking we put gas in the front tank and try to start it back off the front tank instead of switching over to the front tank or to the back tank. Yeah. And then, yeah, we're going to get some starter fluid and we're going to spray it into the carburetor. So we're doing it.
My hands just had a lot of gasoline on them, so.
Okay, so I figured out that the front fuel tank, when it empties, it starts pulling from the rear fuel tank, so I ran completely out of fuel and had no idea. And now we're about to fill up. We got just a tiny bit of fuel from this baby.
These gas cans suck. Don't use them. Whoever developed this thing right here, yeah, they're idiots.
So I just need to fill it all up, and I need to know that from now on.
Hey, You're learning.
I didn't expect it to pull from the rear one. That's crazy.
Right.
But, all right, I'm gonna fill this up. Okay, my fuel gauge is no longer working after that, but it is home, it is here. And that's really gonna be it for today's video. And thank you all for watching. And hopefully I have no more troubles. I mean, it's just frustrating because now I have to get a new fuel gauge or figure something out. But thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.